Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to FabScraps card making project number 16. Today we're going to make a gorgeous card using our Days Gone By collection. The card that we're going to make also features a mini shaker. Now it's a mini shaker embellishment that I've made and I haven't shown you how to make it. However, I have taken photographs of the steps that I've taken to create it. There's 9 photographs and I will put them on my blog, and that shows you just the simple steps to go from die cutting to actually making the shaker. We've made shakers many a time and it's just the case of we're making it a little bit smaller this time for our gorgeous card. Everything I do use I should put in a detailed list on my blog, so please be sure to check it out. Check out the information for the fab boxes as well for what's available still from FabScraps. Available door to door, including postage. I still get emails about people saying, oh, that's very expensive, plus postage. No, it includes postage. So please be sure to check it out. If you enjoy the projects, please give me the thumbs up. If you see them on Facebook, give them a like. Share them with your crafty friends. I should say that more, but I don't. I should sell myself more, but I don't. So please do it for me. Share with your crafty forums, in your crafty groups. And I do love hearing from you. If you've got anything to say, please let me know. You can always send me a direct message on Facebook. You can always comment on YouTube. So without further ado, sit back and let's have a look at today's gorgeous project. So the first thing that we're going to need for our card project today is our base card. This is a 7x5 inch card, and for my friends across the pond that's 5x7, and it's just a plain ivory blank base card. I've stamped it on the back using one of my handmade stamps, so I can add my name and for me the project number, and then whoever you give the card to will know who's made it, especially when they keep it. So I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure I've got a nice sharp crease along the edge of the card, and as always we're going to start with the inside. Now we're using the Days Gone By collection from FabScraps, and I think the only thing apart from the card base is there's some gold foil and a stamp sentiment that's extra, and the inner for the insert, but I'm not using anything special for the actual card. When we get to the front there is a section of something that I've taken photos of how I've made it. There's no extra video to show you today, but I've taken the photos of the step by step, so I think you might have all got it by now, but we'll see. They'll all be on my blog. So I've got an ivory insert panel that I've just cut to fit just slightly smaller than the inside of the card. And that's it. How simple is that? Only kidding. So next I've taken a scrap of our FabScraps Days Gone By collection, and these are scraps that I've used actually for today, and I've just torn it to fit a little bit better into our card. I've got double-sided tape on the back, and I'm going to add this roughly, I would say, about there on our card, and I'm just going to trim the edge off. There's going to be a lot of this today because we're going to cut things to fit. So next we've got another layer, and this again from the Days Gone By collection. There was some border strips with the flowers on, and that's all this one is just a strip that I've cut, and again I'm just going to pop that over our previous layer and trim the excess away so that it fits nicely. There we go. So I mean that looks really good already, but we're just going to add a scalloped oval die cut of gold foil that I've die cut just on flat tape, and I'm just going to add that about there. And then I've cut an oval from the actual 8x8 collection that you get in the Days Gone By pack, and I've used the plainer side, and I've just stamped "Have a Lovely Day" in the centre, and again that's on flat tape. So we'll pop that in the middle of our gold scallop, and that is the inside of our card. Lots of space for a nice message, or if you just want to write to and from, you can do. Just a pretty insert, and that would work with so many different cards. So now the outside of our card, and I'm just going to use my bone folder just again to make sure that crease is nice and sharp. Now the outside again is as simple as the inside, but I think the outside is quite spectacular actually. I've taken a piece of ivory cardstock and I've embossed it using an embossing folder, and it's the Harlequin embossing folder. Now it's something I already had in my stash, but then I've inked the edges with a turquoise metallic ink, so I don't know if you can see that, and then I've heat embossed it with clear embossing powder. You can see the actual ink there where I've splodged it. And I've heat embossed it, and it just shines. It's so pretty. What a pretty colour. It's like an underwater or a peacock or and it's just called metallic blue. But that just works so well. Now I've got flat tape on the back of this, and believe it or not, this is going to just match perfectly with the cardstock in the Days Gone By collection. So I'm using that as a base. Press that down. There we go. Next, I've taken one of the papers from the Days Gone By collection. You can see it's double-sided, and I know it's something we have to do sometimes. We have to use something that's double-sided and cover some of it up. And it can be a nightmare for some of you, I know. But we've got to do it. So I'm going to place this over the centre of the card, making sure I've got the paper the right way up. And I can press that down, and then I'm going to trim the excess away from that edge. There we go. Trim. So that will take it nicely edge to edge. There we go. Next, I've got another layer, and this is from the actual Days Gone By collection. So this is one of the bluer papers, and you can see how it's got the Harlequin design on the background, and that's why it's going to match perfectly to the background we've created. Now I've stamped Celebrate across the top and underneath, and this is just using one of my own stamps from my stash. I've got flat tape on the back, and I'm simply going to add this roughly about there through the card, and I'm going to trim the excess away. Now the reason I'm trimming the excess every time rather than leaving it all to pile up is because it's cardstock, it would get quite thick. Because I know I had an email from a lady a while ago, and she said, oh, you know, when you're trimming and then you're cutting and you're putting it on and then you're doing it again, why don't you do it all in one go? Because it would rip the paper or my scissors wouldn't go through it. So we do it step by step so you can see all the steps, and then you're capable of doing it at home. So this is one of the border strips like we've used for the centre with the flowers through the middle, and these are the larger flowers. In the middle for the insert we use the smaller flowers. So where I've stamped Celebrate, I measured the actual distance from top to bottom of the flower border so that I know my flowers will fit between my stamped sentiments. And now I can trim the excess of that away, and there we go. One scissor snip, no, 2. And alright, I mean, it just looks so pretty. I love the tone paper and the colours. Now this is the little bit that I've taken photos of how I've made this. And it's a mini shaker. I do like the effect of the gold with the layers, and it just works with this colouring so well with this collection. In the last couple of months I've never made as many shakers as I have, but they're so popular and I know you love them. And the mini ones, we're going to make these, I think, quite a few times coming up to Christmas, because how cool does that look? And inside I've put one of the smaller flowers from the border, and it's got the little AB crystals, so they look blue and different colours as they catch the light. And with the gold cardstock, the peacock colours work so well. I've just got flat tape on the back of it, and all I'm going to do is attach it to my card roughly about there, I would say. And that is our card finished. And it's just such a cool card. The inside matches perfectly to the outside. Love the shaker, the mini shaker, and it's just going to be pride of place. It will stand up perfectly. It won't need a big padded envelope. You will just maybe need something to protect the top of your shaker. You can see how the shaker sits on the card. I won't say the layers, because there's not any layers on this card apart from the shaker. So you can see how it all moves and just looks so pretty. And what a simple idea with such a gorgeous collection. So please check my blog for lots more photos of the inside and the outside, and the photos of how I made the shaker in the step-by-step, and the list of all the ingredients that we use. And if you haven't got your collections, please do so, because they'll be changing in September. So I think Love Story and Days Gone By will be sticking around for a little bit longer, but we'll be losing Extravaganza and the Free Spirit collection. So check it out. It includes shipping anywhere in the world, and you get so much in your fab boxes, and all the details are on my blog. So I love hearing from you. I want to see your shakers, and I know a lot of you message me with pictures of your crafty cards and things that you've created, and they're all fabulous, so thank you. So I just want to say now thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.